In this video, I'm going to be transforming my Sony ZV-E10 from this to this. This is the current setup I'm using right now, and it has the base plate for my Weeble 2 stabilizer. It takes a minute to remove, so I just kind of leave it on there. But the whole setup, it doesn't really work well for doing anything handheld, and I just feel like there's not really any good place to grip on it or hold on to it. So I have all these parts here, and first I'm going to go through the whole build. Then I'll get up close and personal with each part so you can kind of see how they work. Then at the end of the video, I'll demonstrate quickly swapping to different setups, which is the whole reason I built the rig like this in the first place. Alright, so we have the ZV-E10 here. First thing I want to do is remove this base plate for the stabilizer. We got that off. The first thing that we're going to add on here is the cage for the ZV-E10. I was a little bummed out to find out that Ulanzi does not make a cage for the ZV-E10, so I had to go with a Smallrig Cage. The reason that that's kind of a pain in the butt is because most of this rig revolves around using the F22 and F38 quick releases that Ulanzi makes. Okay, let's take a look at this cage. First impressions, it looks very nice. It feels pretty solid, which I'm pretty excited about because obviously just looking at these online, you're never sure if they're going to be pretty sturdy or if they're going to be very flimsy, but this is definitely a solid piece. Okay, the camera fits in there nicely. Gonna put that mounting screw back in the base. Comes with this little magnetic tool, which is pretty cool. I'm just gonna snug it down for now. I'm not gonna tighten it all the way just yet. There's a second piece over here that clips in on the side. Just gives it a second mounting point inside the frame. Now that I have that second piece in there, now I'm going to tighten up that bottom a good bit. Get it real snug. I'm also going to go ahead and throw my lens back on because I'm very weird about it just not having anything on it. I definitely like the way that it feels. The frame adds this whole extra grip onto the side there, so you have a lot more meat to grab onto. You have plenty of access to all the buttons, on and off switch, everything. Microphone port, USB. Still very easy to grab the flip out screen. So and then on the bottom, let's check the battery door. A little bit more challenging to get the memory card out of there, but oops. Overall, it feels very sturdy in the frame. Definitely happy so far. All right, first on the top, I'm going to be installing this F22 quick release plate by Ulanzi. And even though it is a Smallrig piece, that little tool that's in the bottom of the cage fits these quick release screws as well, so that's pretty handy. I have that top adapter plate, nice and sturdy on there. Second thing we're going to add is another one of those F22 wider adapter plates, but I'm going to put this one on the side of the cage now. Okay, I have that side plate secured on there. Just want to check, make sure I'm still going to have full access to all my doors there. Everything looks good. Okay. Now the last thing we need to add is another Ulanzi quick release, but this is the F38. Now this is going to do two things. So this quick release is going to go onto the bottom of the cage. This is going to allow my camera to easily be able to swap in and out of my Weeble 2 stabilizer. The other thing I'm going to be able to do is when I'm not using my Weeble 2 stabilizer, this I'll be able to slide into any Arca Swiss style tripod and just be able to slip that in and tighten it down, or pull it out and then immediately swap back to my stabilizer very quickly. Alright, and while I got this camera upside down, I wanted to show you the difference between the F22 plates and the F38. This is the F38 quick release, and right here is the F22 quick release, the smaller one. So the F38 quick release is going to be for like mounting the entire camera, like to go on your stabilizer or to be placed in a tripod, whereas the smaller F22 quick release, you want to use that for handles, accessories, things like that. But I mean, it would probably support the weight of your entire camera, but if you have a bigger option, might as well just go with the larger, more safe. Okay, so we have our top, side, and our bottom plates on there, and that is all I'm going to be adding to the cage for now. And so now the fun part, I'm going to show you exactly why I have all these attachments on here. Okay, this is made by Falcam, the same company that made these quick releases. This is the top handle attachment. So we just slide that on there, and now we have our top handle for our camera. Cool thing about this is that it quickly slides off, okay, slides off and on, but it still feels pretty sturdy. So if I want to do some horizontal filming, I can do it like that. Or if I want to do some vertical filming for reels or something like that, I can just quickly make the swap, and now I'm filming vertical video. Now I'm going to show you the other handle I have right here. This is also Falcam for the F22. We have a sweet side handle in there. Okay, you can see in this kit for the side handle, it did come with this mounting plate for the side. Right here, it's a little bit smaller, but in a little bit, I'm gonna show you why I did not use this piece and why I have this mounting plate on there instead. So let's go ahead and get our handles set up here. I really wish they had these in a real wood grain. These look pretty cool, but I think these would look really awesome with some nice wood grain grips. Now that I have each one of these pieces on here, I'm going to get up close and personal with each one and try to give you an idea of how sturdy everything is and just show you the weak points. The side handle mount is actually super sturdy. I can't feel any play in that at all. I'm actually pretty impressed with how tight that fitment is. There is just the tiniest bit of play with this top handle, which I mean I guess is kind of understandable considering there's two of these F22 quick releases here. It's not enough to feel like it's not sturdy or that it's cheap or anything. It definitely feels very good still. Just the tiniest bit of play in that top handle at the quick release. I don't foresee it being an issue. All right, now the bottom piece is the F38 quick release, which is a lot bigger, and this is for my stabilizer. So slide that on. That definitely feels very sturdy when it snaps on. Again, in this one, it feels very solid. I mean, obviously it's a lot bigger than the F22, but there is just the tiniest little bit of play that I can feel in there. That obviously with my old mount, it wasn't there because it was just solidly screwed into the bottom of the camera. But this is something that I was wondering while I was waiting for this to come in, if there was going to be any play down here, and there is just the very tiniest little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cause a problem. I guess we'll find out. I think it'd be pretty hard to accidentally unlock this one, but if you are worried about accidentally unlocking it, there's a little switch down here you can pull out and twist that into the locked position, and then you won't be able to get it out of the quick release. Alright, so I did a little bit more messing around with this, and it looks like you put these quick releases in the plates and just kind of slip them up through. Then the spring has enough room in there where it can just slip up through, and maybe this will change once it gets broken in, but if you clip it in there, get it into one of its positions, if you make sure that lock ball is actually set, and you're just using it normally, there's really not really any much of a way it's going to come out. You really got to start really forcing it to see if it'll pop out, and it doesn't always do it. But now I'm going to show you the reason why I have the camera set up with all these quick releases on everything. I like to do a lot of running and gunning filming and then be able to immediately switch to a stabilizer at the same place. I also like to do a lot of horizontal and vertical videos, and oftentimes I'm switching back and forth right away. Like I might take a quick video of something in horizontal view and then immediately switch to my vertical view. So before, anytime I wanted to switch on and off the stabilizer, I had to completely remove this bottom plate that the camera was attached to. So every time I had to slide it in and out of the stabilizer, and then I would have to rebalance it a little bit. So this way I can get the camera balanced one time, slide it off, now I'm over here with the handle, shooting my vertical video in just a few seconds. And then if I want to go back, I'm ready to go again with no need to rebalance the stabilizer. Now, when I was looking around at different handles, there was a lot that I liked, but the problem is, if you have all these extra handles on your camera, obviously that is a problem if you want to go and put that camera on your stabilizer. So I didn't want to mess with having to tighten screws in every time and to swap the handles around. I wanted to be able to quickly swap back and forth. do whatever, and then I'm in business. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it maybe gave you a little bit of inspiration on how you want to build out your camera. If you have any questions about this ZV-E10 rig or any of the parts I used on there, make sure you leave them down in the comments. If you liked the video, make sure you press thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.